I'm so excited today. I might even be a few minutes early, which is very unusual for me. But today we are going to be talking about giving the gift of beading, which is something that's actually quite meaningful to me as someone who has been in the jewelry making industry for almost 20 years and beading for much longer than that. You know, beading has been a huge part of my life, and it is just one of my favorite things to do. It's a fantastic hobby. I love to think about beading and jewelry making, not just as a hobby, but it's something that people have been doing since the beginning of mankind. You know, when they look back and excavate the beginning of our species, you find beads because adorning yourself has just been just a part of who we are as a species. And I find that so interesting and so neat. And I just think it's one of those crafts that will be around forever and ever and ever. But I do feel a responsibility as somebody in the beading industry to pass it along whenever I can to those who haven't experienced it or haven't gotten the opportunity to bead themselves. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, are some really nice ideas for how you can share your love of beading with the people in your life through some of our kits or gift sets, or our starter kits are a great idea. We're going to look at a few different things. I have some pieces and parts from the Silver Silk Inspiration Kit and the Tiara Cast Inspiration Kit out. So I do plan on making something. I'm not sure what, but we'll make something from those kits and kind of take a closer look at them again. But I really want to encourage all of you that love beading as much as I do to definitely expose your friends and family to this beautiful craft. And this is a great time of year to purchase something like this, like a starter kit, for example, and we can ship it right to your loved one. I love to do that. I buy stuff online and then ship to my friends and family because they're spread out all over the country when I'm giving a gift. So that's something we can do here at Softflex too. You can purchase it. It'll come in an organza gift bag and it will ship looking just like this. And then the person that receives it can just pop it right under their tree and open it up on Christmas morning. So I'm gonna focus the camera down. We're gonna take a look at some of the stuff that I have out today and talk about some of the options. And I just want to wish all of you guys a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you're celebrating this year. I love Christmas. I'm a huge celebrator of Christmas, and it is definitely my favorite time of year. What is going on? It's definitely my favorite time of year. So I'm really excited, especially with toddlers. I'm really excited for this year, and I hope all of you are excited too. Okay, so I'm just going to slide this. So 20% off on all the kits that I show you today, the gift sets, and the Holly Jolly Bead Mix, which we are almost sold out of, is also 20% off. No code needed. It's automatic on the website. You'll see the price right on our website, which is www.softflexcompany.com. And yeah, so it'll be easy to add it in. You don't have to remember a code or do anything special. Merry Christmas, Jamaica. Okay, so we might as well start with this guy right at the top since I've already got him out here. This is our Holly Jolly bead mix. This was in our Holly Jolly kit that we did a few weeks ago. We have extra bead mixes for sale. They have like little Christmas trees and they have little tassels, really pretty red tassels, all sorts of different beads, little snowflakes. This is really great for you if you want to make some last minute Christmas earrings as a present. And you can actually make earrings that'll go further into the season, like with the snowflakes and the tassels. They don't have to be Christmas themed earrings. But at any rate, this is a great time to buy it while it's on sale. I think they're only like $7.50 or something like that. So it's a great deal to get a really nice little package of Jesse James beads. And this was a custom mix just for Soft Flex. So you can't find this mix anywhere else. And like I said, I think there's only like 7 packages left. So we're starting to run really low on these. So if you want these, definitely order them on the website soon. We have got, we've got a really great deal going on with gift certificates too. If you buy a $25 gift certificate, you get a $5 credit. If you buy a $50, you get a $10 credit. And if you buy a $100, you get a $20 credit. So that's a great way to buy a gift and let somebody else pick what they're gonna get. That would be, you know, the more seasoned beader. That might be a better gift for them as a gift certificate. Or if you're trying to hint around to one of your family members for what you need, you can always send the link to our gift certificates, and then you're not only going to get your gift certificate, but that person can give you their credit too. So that would be nice if your husband or wife or sister or mother, you know, wants to buy you a gift certificate. That would work out really well. Okay, so here's one of our first inspiration kits. This is the, let me look, let's see. This is the, oh yeah, this is the vintage inspiration kit. So all of these pieces and parts in here are brand new to vintage this year. And I custom picked these ones into a grouping, and it was really nice. We were able to do all 3 colors of crimps to match the different materials in the vintage kit. So that's handy. And then it's got some pendants, and it's got some ear wires and a clasp. And then all of our kits have a mixture of beads. Of course, usually there's something a little flashy, and then some seed beads and bugle beads as well. And of course, they all come with a spool of Soft Flex. This one came with our bone Soft Flex. So one of the great things that we came up with for Christmas is a gift set. And basically what we did with the gift sets is these little packages, these inspiration packages, have everything you need but the tools. And so what we did was we decided, what if we were to take one of those inspiration packages, that's what this one is. This one's the tiara cast that I'll show you in a minute, and pair it with some bead nippers, basically cutters, and some magical crimpers. And so the person that you were to give this to, it will all go in a organza bag, just like this. So they'll get the inspiration kit that you choose for them, tiara cast, vintage, or sake silver. And it will come in this really fantastic organza bag and look like a really beautiful little present. And there'll be this nice surprise inside here with everything they need to actually bead the wire. So if you picked vintage, this is what it would look like inside the package. The wire, it'll have special bindings, crimps, it'll have clasps, ear wires, you know, everything they need to get started. And then, like I said, we can ship this anywhere. So if it's a present to your cousin in New York, which I actually just did this week, you would purchase it, and then we can ship it right to them in New York or Florida or whoever it happens to be, and they can just pop it under their tree. Easy peasy. So you get to choose the inspiration kit. We looked at the vintage one here. We also have a great tiara cast one that has some new parts and pieces from the tiara cast Western Winds line. And then it also has findings and crimps, and it came with the turquoise wire. And then we've got the sake silver, which is a brand new kit. that came out just this month that has the tanzanite wire. It has some beautiful Saki silver findings. It'll have one big crystal. The crystal will be different in each one, but it'll have one big crystal and then some crimps too. So it's got a lot of different stuff in it. So you would just choose this particular kit, inspiration kit, to go into your gift set, and then it would be packaged with the right tools, and then they'd have everything they need to start beading. So I was thinking about this tiara cast kit. I have a few pieces left from it, and I wanted to show you guys something that had been mentioned to me about these pieces, and we're gonna try it. Of course, I haven't tried it before, so who knows if it'll work, but we'll see. So these vintage pliers, we have very few of these left too. I only ordered a select few to go with the vintage inspiration kit, and we're almost sold out, I think. But if you want a pair of these, they will punch holes not only into the vintage stuff, which was fun to play with, but I guess you can actually punch holes into the tiara cast pewter pieces too. And so what I was told is I could actually punch a hole in this leaf, and then I can even bend it to the shape of my wrist to make a bracelet. So I am going to try it out and see if it works. We'll see if I totally ruin this piece or not, but I think it should work. So this is a hole bunch plier. It has basically a little metal guy on it. I'm going to choose where I want to punch my hole. I think I'm going to do it in the middle here, but that's the thickest spot, so I don't know how well that's going to work. I guess we'll find out, right? Oh yeah, there it goes. There we go. So I punched a little hole in it, and then I was also told, ooh, you need like a little bit of a metal file on this end. All right, we'll see if I can just kind of pull that off so it's a little smoother. There we go. Look at that. That's awesome. So these are for sale on our website as well if you want to get one of our last pairs of those. And then I was going to try just to lightly bend, to curve it just a little bit. I'm just using a chain nose plier. I'm just going to just lightly bend it so that it'll shape around my wrist. So this is from the Tiara Cast Inspiration Kit. You can see I bent it just a little bit, and I'm going to bend it just a little bit more. Just ever so slightly. I'm just going to go down the whole length. There we go. And then that is going to shape it to my wrist, and then I can go ahead and bead on the two ends to actually make my jewelry design. I was curious, I have like a big lobster clasp somewhere. Let me see where I put it. Oh, maybe it's in here. I was curious if this lobster clasp could actually click onto, you never know. Oh yeah, so I could actually do that as like my clasp here, and then I can bead around the back end. So we'll do the beading part now. This tiara cast thing comes with these really cool spacer beads too. So I'll probably incorporate some of those in. And so I've got my soft flex beading wire, which comes in the kit too, which is fantastic. In this case, it's turquoise. And then it came with a bunch of really pretty amber colored beads, which I'm gonna flip. Let me grab something to throw them into. Just do a soft flex spool here. You can also patina all of these pieces. So if you have like the vintage patinas, you can use them on the tiara cast pieces as well. You just want to be careful when you're buffing that you don't over buff it. That was the only warning that I received about that. So I've got my soft flex. All the kits come with the medium diameter, which is the most commonly used diameter of soft flex, mostly because it'll fit a small hole, but it can handle things that are a little bit more abrasive as well. All-purpose glass, mineral, and metal beads. So this is a great starter diameter for brand new beaders, which I'm hoping we're going to recruit through this video. I'm really hoping that some of you out there will consider sending one of these kits to one of your loved ones and recruit them to beading, and hopefully they'll love it just as much as all of us do. So just recently, my wonderful cousin who lives in New York, who I'm very close to, was asking me for beading advice. She wanted to get some tools, so I told her I would send her something, and so I got to put together, I did a starter kit. I did the bead stringing starter kit. So if you didn't see what I just did, I went through the crimp, into the hole I punched, and then back into the crimp again. I sent her the bead stringing starter kit, and then I added in just like a few other things, like a round nose plier and a chain nose plier and some craft wire, and then some extra beads that I had. So she was so excited. A couple days ago, she sent me a picture of herself beading, and it's just like, it's so nice to be able to pass that along to other people in my family or in my life. I love to bead with my good friends who, like my best friend Erin, who wouldn't normally bead on her own, but she'll bead if she's with me. It's just good. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful hobby to have. All right, so I'm all connected using my magical crimpers, and those come in those gift sets too. The magical crimpers, bead nippers, which are cutters, and then all the materials here that I'm using are from the Tier Cast Inspiration Kit, which is one of the choices on there. So I'm just gonna make this not too long, so I'm just gonna add some beads here kind of at random. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna do, I like these ones kind of together. They're pretty. We'll just do kind of a random mix here to get moving on with the video. But you'll kind of see where I'm going with this, and maybe I'll even finish it off camera. But you're just going to add your beads, and then you're going to crimp to the other side, and then that's actually going to be part of your clasp now. But you can do that with any of these pieces. You can punch these feathers as well and add beads to the bottom. Same with these guys. If you wanted to punch right through the center, you could add a really beautiful dangle bead to the Thunderbird. And then the buttons as well. So any of Tier Cast pewter pieces, really, you can use for this. So I will go ahead, I'm excited about this bracelet, but I will go ahead and do it on my own after the live show. And then I'll take a picture and I will post it in our VIB group so that you guys can take a look at it and see what you think. And yeah, so this was the Tier Cast Inspiration Kit. So I'm going to pull this off of here and we will look. I have one other inspiration kit. Now this one, there's only one left for sale, so it was not included in the gift sets. It is the Silver Silk kit. There is only one. So if you want one of these, it is your last chance. It came with a lot of different parts and pieces. These are my leftovers. So I don't have everything that was in the kit here, but I was gonna take some things out and just make like a quick pair of earrings. So if you don't know Nilay Patel, you're missing out. He is the best. He's a very good friend of mine in the beading industry, and he owns a company called Silver Silk. And Silver Silk is basically this pre-knitted wire, and it comes in lots of different colors, and it's really soft and flexible and easy to work with. And what's really fantastic is he has these caps, and these do come in our Silver Silk kit. He has these caps that you can actually just slip over the end, and with no glue necessary, just a chain nose plier, you can close this down over that silver silk. And it will hold. Isn't that amazing? So I'm thinking about making an earring, like a long kind of a dangle earring, something like that, with maybe a bead dangling down. So I'm going to cut it right about here. And you can just cut it and it doesn't unravel. I'm also fascinated about that. So I want these to be about the same size since I'm going to do 2 of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure this now. Get it out of the way. So I'm just kind of guessing at the top there, and we'll go ahead and trim that at the bottom. If you want to check out Nile, he does tons of videos too and has great ideas for his videos. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side for my earring. I'm just going to put in the chain inside of the little finding. And then I can close it down. Here we go. Now we've got this beautiful piece that we can kind of work with. I had pulled out some, where did those go? Yeah, there they are, some jump rings, because I knew that would be kind of hard to connect to the ear wire itself. So I'm going to open up this jump ring by just using 2 pliers side by side. So who doesn't love this, and who doesn't want to share this with others in your life, you know, who like creative pursuits? If you have someone in your life that really loves to knit or really loves to scrapbook, they're probably going to really love jewelry making too. So I want to encourage you to encourage others in your life to try beading. There we go. So now we've got our attachment. I can hook my ear wire up there at the top. I want to make sure this is just closed really well. Now I can attach my ear wire at the top there, and I'll just open that up to the side and slide my jump ring in. And then I can kind of decide how I want to add beads at this point. I could add a bead down the center, which would be kind of fun. Like, I think this bead's really pretty. We could, I like this bead a lot too. Or this one's pretty. Lots of different, or you can add it to the bottom as well. That would be kind of fun. You could do a couple different beads at the bottom. And we'll kind of go over how you can make these into dangles, and then you can decide where you would want to add it. So to make a dangle that we can attach onto here, we're going to use the same wire that came in the Silver Silk kit, which is the fluorite color. Same diameter. All the kits come in the medium diameter. And we are going to grab a silver crimp tube. And I think I'm going to add my bead up here in the center probably. So I'm just going to make a loop, and then I can add it in onto the jump ring. So just a general loop. You don't need it to be really short or tight. You know, you kind of want to give it a little room to kind of wiggle around. And you want to get your wires side by side inside your crimp tube. And then we're going to use the magical crimpers, which have a little notch on both sides that's identical, and the crimp tube fits in it just perfectly. You're going to center it until you get what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli, and then you're going to compress in those 4 corners, and you want to go around it several times, tightening it down. And then slide in with your cutters as close to that crimp as you can get, and just trim off your extra wire. And then we can come down here And we will, so the beads will be different, and I should mention this too, the beads will be different in your kit if you buy that last silver silk kit than my kit. Every kit had its own unique grouping of beads, so definitely plan on that too. Oh, that's so cute. You could even do a bigger bead if you wanted to, but I kind of like this little one just up here at the top. Okay, so one more crimp tube. And there will be crimps in every kit too, because that is just a necessity when you're using soft flex. So I've got my crimp tube, and I'm going to go back in and pull that up kind of tight. You'll see I doubled up, even though I'm going to trim both wires off at the bottom. So there's enough wire for this crimp to really engage with the nylon coating of the wire and really compress down and get a good hold, especially this bottom one, because that's actually going to hold just a little bit of weight. It's going to keep that bead from slipping down. So go around several times till it's all nice and tight, and then you're going to come in with your cutters and get in just as close as you can to that crimp. And then I can just slide this in between. I'll just open up this jump ring in the middle here. And I'll just slide this on. And you can do, like I said, the same thing from the bottom of the design. You can add beads dangling from the bottom, making those little dangles as well using soft flex. And what's really nice is you can actually punch through this material with the soft flex. Because it's knitted, it is a little open, and so you can actually push through it like the soft flex is a needle, which is really cool. So I don't know if it's still left, but we had one more of these silver silk kits left right before the live show, and hopefully someone out there is nabbing it, because it is a really great kit with some really great fun materials that you may have never used before, or definitely, you know, someone new to beading hasn't used before, but they're totally easy to use. I'm going to leave this out so I can make a second earring, and I'll post that too in our Softflex VIB group after the live show. And the kit also comes with this beautiful pendant that Nile designed just for this kit. So that is a nice, cool addition. Yeah, so we've got, these are all of the inspiration kits are 20% off. We looked at the vintage. The Saki Silver has some really cool stuff in it. It has some really great Saki Silver components, a toggle, these cool ear wires, and then these 3-strand connector. And I use these to make some earrings, but you could also use them on a 3-strand necklace or design to do, or 3 or 6 strands if you wanted to, very easily. And then it has all sorts of other cool things. The color in the Saki Silver is tanzanite. Okay, so we've kind of gone over these pretty well. So just check out that gift set idea. You pick your inspiration kit. It'll come with magical crimpers and bead nippers. It's perfect for the beginner beader that has never beaded before. There's even instructions how to use the magical crimpers on the back of the plier. And so it's just like, couldn't be more perfect, really, for someone that you're trying to give the gift of beading to. And then we have one last thing I wanted to take a look at, and those are our starter kits, which are also super fun because you get to choose your color. We have some options. So this is the craft wire kit. It comes in the blue organza bag. It's going to have a bead mat inside of it. It's going to have some bent nose pliers. It's going to have some round nose pliers. It's going to have some nylon jaw pliers. It's going to have some bead nippers. It's going to have their first spool of craft wire. It is going to have a small bag of beads to get them started. And then it's going to have 3 clasps to get them started as well. And all of these do come with a project card too. So there are basic instructions with the craft wire starter kit for making a bracelet. I might even have it over there. I don't see it off the top of my head. It's like a wire wrap bracelet. So it teaches you how to make links and link them together. And then we've got our bead stringing starter kit, which will come in the old organza bag. And it includes a bead mat, regular crimping pliers, and bead nippers. This particular one someone chose red. There are different color options. So you choose your color option, and that tells us what wire you're gonna get. And then we're gonna choose your beads to go with that wire. So in this case, they did reds and clears to match the red coral wire. If you chose purple, then you would get purple wire, and you'd get some sort of probably purple beads mixed with maybe black or citrine, or some color that would work with the purple. This comes with 2 bead stoppers, crimps, and I think you get to choose your metal type too. So this one was gold. You can choose silver, copper, or gold. It's got ear wires and then lobster clasps as well. So everything someone needs to get started. This is a great starter gift for someone in your life. And if they like a color, if they're way into black, or they're way into purple, then that's a really great way to sort of customize that starter kit for them. And so theirs will be unique and different from what we're looking at here. Yeah, so we've got all these great gift ideas on our website. If you're not currently on our email list, definitely join our email list, and you'll be getting some emails tomorrow or Saturday and Monday, and those will have all of these gift ideas in them as well. And yeah, I just really want to encourage you guys to share this beautiful thing that we do as our favorite hobby with other creative types in your life that might like jewelry making too. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that some of you will find opportunity to take a look at our gift sets and our kits. And if you haven't already ordered some of the Holly Jolly beads, we're almost out of them. So this is a good chance they're 20% off. Order those. I only have like 2 or 3 of these punch pliers left, so that would be a good thing to purchase. We're running short on some things now that we're coming to the end of the year. So definitely check it out. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I will see you guys next week on Tuesday. We will be launching our end of the year sale, and so I will be jumping on to talk a little bit about that, and I'm sure I'll have a project idea lined up for us to look at as well. Then I'll see you on December 26th for our next live sale. It is an end of the year Softlix live sale, so it's going to have a lot of odds and ends. I've been actually digging around getting stuff ready for it. We're going to have a lot of findings, a lot of tools. We're going to have beads. It's going to be a lot of different really cool things. And then the next video after that isn't until the new year, January 2nd, when we do the Winter Wonderland kit, and we'll be launching our new kit that day. So I'm really excited for the holidays. I hope you are too, and I will see you again next week to be able to wish you a Merry Christmas one last time before I leave for vacation to spend time with my family. So love all of you guys a lot. I hope you're having a fantastic Christmas season. I will see you soon. Bye.